I think we are live. Sorry, I'm having a few technical difficulties here. So the intro got missed. Let's do the intro again. There we go. We have an intro. Right, and now it's working, although it looks a little bit dark to me. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for a semi-impromptu solo playthrough of Star Trek Captain's Chair. Hopefully you can hear me and see me okay, but let me know if it looks a little bit dark to you, because it does look a little bit dark on the screen to me. It was fine 10 minutes ago, but then I pressed the button and it looks a little bit dark. We're going to be doing a solo playthrough today using the cadet training mode with Michael Burnham, which is the most complicated character in the deck. Right, I'm just gonna tweak the settings a little bit, and hopefully that's a bit brighter. There you go. Is that a bit better? But yes, this game comes with 6 captains. There's been a few videos online of this already. I myself have done a number of videos for this game. Is it working fine? I've stopped streaming. No? Have I? It seems to still be going out for me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you can hear me. It's working now. Yeah, nothing's changed for me. So, okay, everything's fine. We're all good. And I've increased the brightness a little bit. Anyway, what I was saying was, this game comes with 6 captains. There's been some other videos online covering some of the other captains. Michael Burnham, I believe, is a captain that hasn't been covered yet by anybody. I don't believe anybody's done any videos of this yet. I know some people have definitely played it, but we're going to be trying it today. Now, the reason why I've avoided playing Michael Burnham so far is because this game is quite high on the complexity scale. I myself am approximately 30 to 35 games in of this game now, and I am still just the tip of the iceberg. This game has so much depth to it. It's scary, and I can see myself playing this game hundreds and hundreds of times because of the amount of depth that it's got in it. And I've been concentrating on playing the Picard deck and the Shran deck. I've dabbled with the Sealer deck a couple of times, but I've not played any of the other decks. And because my Patreon supporters hate me, they have voted on me playing the Michael Burnham deck today, which is the most complicated one. Now, word of warning, I haven't done any prep for this video other than setting it up. I haven't read through these cards. This is going to be a voyage of discovery, pun not intended. So we're going to be learning how to play Michael Burnham together, and we're going to crash and burn. So let's see how it works, because there are some special rules for this deck, which is I'm sure it's in the rulebook somewhere. I'm sure it says, if you're playing Michael Burnham, there is a special set of rules. Yes, here we go. So, your hand size is increased by your inert dilithium status card. So, Michael Burnham has a special extra card in her deck, which is the inert dilithium. And it says that my hand size is actually increased by my inert dilithium status card. Draw 6 cards in step 13 of player setup and refill your hand to 6 cards during each cleanup step until this card has been logged. So my hand size is currently 6. Oh, because passive increase your hand size by 1. But when this goes, it's going to be different. Now, the next thing is during cleanup, I remove 1 from the current stardate card. And instead of placing it on the market, I would put 2 dilithium from the supply onto a card in the market, unless you're playing the cadet training mode. Cadet training mode, it's only 1. But normally, when you're playing Burnham, instead of taking a glory off the stardate card, I would put 2 dilithium on a card in the market. And as usual, whoever gains the card gets the dilithium. When playing with Burnham, any dilithium you gain via any operation, except taking it from the market, is placed on the inert dilithium status card. Furthermore, you cannot spend glory as if it was dilithium. Once the status card has been logged, these rules are no longer in effect. Right, You cannot spend the dilithium from your status card, and you do not own the dilithium on your status card for the purposes of other effects. Now, my question is, do I start the game with 1 dilithium? Because normally you start the game with 1 glory, 1 latinum, and 1 dilithium. I haven't seen anything to say that I don't actually start with 1. So if anybody in the chat knows the answer to this, let me know. Do I actually start with 1? Keep an eye out for your cards with the recrystallize effect. That's a card from Mage Knight, isn't it? This effect allows you to move a dilithium from your status card to your personal pool. Reno, Tilly, and Stamets each have this capability. Right. If your opponent steals your dilithium, give it to them from the inert dilithium card first. It does not matter to your opponent where the dilithium comes from. If you steal dilithium from your opponent, place it in your pool, not on the inert dilithium card. Remember, stealing is not gaining. Right, so my guess is correct. Okay, which means you actually do start with 1 dilithium in the pool. So I have 1, and without giving too many spoilers away, there is an issue with dilithium in the Star Trek Discovery series, at least from season 3 onwards. So we're going to start with my captain in play, as you normally do, and let's have a look at what Michael Burnham is. So she's got 5 away teams, and I'm going to be using these red meeples as away team members. She is a human, she's a scientist, and she's part of Starfleet. She has a passive effect. Oh, during your cleanup step, remove 1 glory from the Stardate card and place 2. Right, okay, so that's that. And I can activate her to spend 3 dilithium to gain an ally and gain a glory. Okay, now she is research focus. Is it focus? I can't remember what these icons are called. I think they're focus. But anyway, so I kind of want to move up my blue track over the course of the game. Yes, it's focus. Yeah, that was right. So research focus. Okay. Right, the rest of the cards we have. I start off with a ship deployed. So I start off with the Discovery already deployed. So I don't get to play it, but this has got a research and an influence skill. It's Starfleet. It's an anomaly. And I can activate it to warp it and then refresh this ship for free. So I don't have to spend a dilithium. But I warp it and then refresh it. So literally, if I've understood this correctly, this can keep warping around as much as I want. I think so. Right, next, I can discard a card to beam a card here, as normal, and I can promote a person from your hand to duty officer, as normal. And the passive effect is, as long as this is in play, my dilithium cannot be stolen. Right, cool. Yeah, which is the spore drive. The rest of my cards, available. So that's my deck. I'm going to put my reserve and my developments off camera. And I've not even looked at these at all. Oh, I've got 1 card that says incident deck. So I've never had this before, but I believe that gets shuffled into the incident deck. So my reserve deck and my development cards are going off camera. I've only got 4 reserves. There we go. So we're going to shuffle that incident in. So basically there is 1 more incident when you're playing games with Burnham. Now, for those people that are new to Captain's Chair or have watched a couple of other videos, there is one thing that I do want to mention at the very start of this video, which is very, very important. And this is a rule which a lot of people are getting wrong in the game. And the reason why I'm specifically mentioning in this video is because the cadet training mode uses a different rule for the glory tokens. So in your normal games of Star Trek Captain's Chair, whether they be against another player or a solo game against the bot, make sure you put these glory tokens way out of reach, because in those modes of play, whenever you gain a glory token, it always comes from the Stardate card. And so many people are getting this rule wrong, and it's leading to the game taking twice as long as it is. So just to remind you, when you are normally playing this game, anytime you gain glory, it always comes from the Stardate card. In the cadet training mode, it's different. So what you're going to see here today is that any time I gain glory, I'm going to take it from off camera, but that is not what you normally do when you're playing the game. The only time I remove glory from here is actually at the end of the round, and that's because in the cadet training mode, this is a timer. So, off we go. My opponent has one away team at each of the locations. We've dealt the locations out. I've done all of the setup. I'm not going to be teaching you how to play in this video. I have done a tutorial video on the solo cadet training mode. So if you want to go and learn how to play the game, I'd strongly recommend that one, because in that one I go through pretty much everything. The one thing that I did miss saying in that video, and apologies, I missed it in that video, is your tracks will only score you points at the end of the game if you have completed your mission, or one of your missions if you're playing on the advanced side. I'm playing on the basic side today, so I've only got one particular mission, and if you do not do that mission, then any cards you have with a focus effect are not worth any points at the end of the game. Speaking of my mission, what is my mission? It is to have 2 incidents, a scientist and a Kelpian, on the same ship. So I actually need to beam incidents to a ship, and my research needs to be at 5 or more. Right, okay, so that's my mission. That's what I'm trying to do. And question in the chat, when is this game coming out? They announced it yesterday. Finally, WizKids have announced when the game is going to be available, and that is the 29th of January is the official retail release date for the game. Now, I don't know whether that applies to all countries. I don't know whether some countries' stores have got their games early. What traditionally happens is certain stores, certainly in the UK, accidentally release games before they should, but the official release date is the 29th of January. So, we're good to go. Let's make a start. I've got until 5 o'clock today, and then I need to go downstairs, I need to cook spaghetti, and I need to tidy up, and I need to get ready, because tonight we have a 5-hour live stream of Harikiri starting at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, it's a busy day today, very busy day. But just before we dive in, while I'm shuffling my deck and drawing my cards, I wanted to say a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. Although I have created sponsored content for this game, this particular video is not sponsored. I've taken this afternoon off work, and I can only do that thanks to the support of my Patreon campaign. So a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. And if you like the content I create and you want to support me and allow me to carry on taking time off work to do more of these, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. Right, we are now going to have a look at my starting cards. David is saying, scroll through your devs once for your own sake. I'm not going to. The reason I'm not going to is I'm already going to struggle with all of these cards, let alone looking at the 10 different developments. So, yeah. Right, so this is Kayla Detmer. She's got a wild card here, so I've not seen that before. Okay. She's a pilot. She's a human pilot from Starfleet, and she's synthetic because she's got, like, implants and stuff. I can play her to discard the top card of my deck. I may discard a card to warp a ship and send an away team to the location that you warped to. Okay, so while she's my duty officer, she's got, well, in fact, while she's in play, she's got these. Interestingly, she doesn't have any effect when she is my duty officer. I can't activate her to do anything, but having those is quite nice. Okay, next, Paul Stamets. He's good at research. He's a human scientist, part of Starfleet. I can take an incident to gain 2 research. Well, that's good because I need incidents and I need research. For each deployed ship, recrystallize 1 dilithium. Okay, and if he's my duty officer, I can dismiss discovery. Okay, and this card, and spend 3 dilithium to take the top encounter. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, David is confirmed. She only has the wild skills while she is the duty officer. Interesting. I thought, rules-wise, I thought when you played a card, like if I played this one, the focus is not working. Let's just sort the focus out. There we go. I thought when you played a card and it went into your staging area, while it was in your staging area, that skill still applied. But what David's saying is that these skills don't apply. Okay, compare her to Picard's Enterprise D. Picard's Enterprise D. Where's Picard's Enterprise D? It's going to reach off camera. David's just going to explain one of these finer little rules to me. So the Enterprise D. Oh, I see. So that has a wild one, but it's not actually a wild one. Wow, that's a right. Oh, okay, I see. So the passive, right? I see. So when the passive effect only applies when she's my duty officer. Got it. Understand it. It's all clear. Right. Next. So Stamets, we've got Stamets in play. He's good at. I can dismiss the discovery and this card and spend 3 dilithium to take an encounter. So that's a good way of getting encounters. Oh, that should be there. Right. What else have we got? We have Inspire. So this is a new directive that I've not seen before. This is draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. Then gain on 1 speciality track for each matching skill icon you have, excluding beamed cards. Okay, so Inspire is similar to Utilize, but different because Utilize gets you dilithium. And you get to draw 2 cards. So for 1 action, I get to draw 2 cards, discard 1. Oh, that's good. Right, that's good. Right, next. I'm just going to fiddle with the brightness a little bit on this camera, because this camera looks a little bit dark as well. Bear with us a minute. I can do this. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh. Made it darker. How's that? Is that better? I think that's better. So, Tilly. She's a human engineer, Starfleet scientist. Right, play. For each scientist you have in play, excluding your captain, draw a card. For each engineer you have in play, refresh either a captain, a cargo, or a ship. And I can play her without an action to log a card from your hand or discard pile to recrystallize. Ah, okay, so that's going to be good. And then if she is my duty officer, after gaining a person, I can discard an incident, send it away team to a location. And finally, I don't actually know this character's name. Joanne Owoskunrun? Owosukun. Right. So I can play her. I can send an away team to the USS Discovery A's location. I can beam a card from my hand or discard pile to the USS Discovery. And if I do both, I gain a glory. And if she is my duty officer, then in the resupply, discard the top card of your deck and gain 1. Now, rules question. Oh yeah, shouldn't I draw 6 cards? Thank you very much. I should. Rules question. I can't quite remember this, but resupply effects still trigger if I play her and it's in my staging area. Is that correct? Yes, I should have a 6th card. Let's have a 6th card. Right, and my 6th card is Maximum Warp. So I can play it. It's not an action. And I draw 2 cards and discard 1 of the drawn cards, and I can warp a ship. Okay, resupply happens before the action. Oh, sorry, resupply. What am I thinking of? Cleanup. Cleanup is what I'm thinking of. Because there's a card in the Koloth deck which has a cleanup operation, and it still works even if you play it to your staging area, which is quite cool. Right, we're good to go. We've got 6 cards. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm going to shuffle my cards in my hand just because I like shuffling cards. Now, the thing is, I've played, as I say, about 15 games of this with Picard and about 15 games of this with Shran, maybe even more. I've got to know those decks, and I've got to know what kind of things those decks do and which tracks they want to try and push up, whether they want to try and control locations, which particular cards they want to take from the market, etc., etc. I know none of that for this. Literally nothing. Haven't got the faintest idea what's going on. So it is going to be very much a voyage into the unknown, and we're just going to dabble. David's probably going to throw loads of strategy advice to me, but I actually don't want any strategy advice. I just want to kind of explore this deck, and I will make completely the wrong strategic decisions, but that's fine. What we do know is that I want to try and do my mission. And to do my mission, I need 2 incidents, a scientist, and a Kelpian on the same ship. Now, I know that Saru is probably in here somewhere. He might be in my reserve deck. Hopefully he's not in my developments. And I haven't seen... Oh, no, there is a Kelpian ally, I think. I'm sure there's the Kelpians as an ally. But I need to be taking incidents in order to get incidents in order to put them on. So, I mean, warping this ship is really good. Oh, wait, I do need the standee for the Discovery. Where is the standee? Oh, we got book ship. We might. Here we go. Here's the Discovery. So there is the Discovery. 1 Kelpian ally, 1 Kelpian person. Yes, I have my card list. I knew there was an ally. I couldn't remember if there was a person. And where is the Kelpian person? There, Sukal. Sukal is the person. Right, so, yes, what we're going to do, who knows? We kind of want to warp this somewhere, don't we? But I don't want this to be controlling any planets, because I kind of want to keep it here so I can beam things to it. But until I've got a Kelpian, I can't do anything. Who do we want as the duty officer? That's the question. I mean, if we want to increase the research, we do want Detmer. Tilly is about discarding incidents, although that's discarding. I don't want to be having Stamets, I believe. Ah, right, we're gonna play Stamets. That's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna play Stamets. So as an action, we're gonna play Stamets. You may take an incident. Totally gonna take an incident. The incident I take is the subspace phenomenon. To gain 2 research. Pop. Oh, and just so you know, I have the pre-production copy of this game. So my player board is slightly different. The holes in the tracks were too big. They fixed it for the finished version of the game. But that means I'm using alternative cubes for my tracks. Just in case you think that looks different from normal. It's because it is. So you may take an incident to gain 2 research. For each deployed ship, recrystallize 1 dilithium. Ah, now I don't have any dilithium. So before I do that, maybe I want to do something that gives me dilithium. How do I get dilithium? I don't think I've got anything that actually gives me dilithium. Okay, so never mind. I've gained 2 of those and I've taken an incident. That's fine. That's fine. We're all good. We are all good. Oh, Daniel's here. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for joining in. Daniel is the graphic designer for the game, or at least one of the graphic designers for the game. I think that's fair. There was a number of people involved, and I don't want to take the credit away from the other people involved in the game. So, maybe we will promote Detmer. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to activate. Oh, actually, we want to warp it first because then that refreshes it. Okay, let's warp the Discovery A to the Armagosa Observatory just because I can, right? That exhausts it, and I'm using these instead of tapping the cards. These do not come with the game. And then we're going to refresh the ship. Then we're going to activate the ship to promote Detmer as my duty officer. So while she is my duty officer, she has 2 of those wild skill icon-y things, whatever you want to call them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to spend an action to play Inspire. So draw 2 cards. Ah, there is Saru. Right. Okay. Ooh, and we've got Strange New World, so I know what that does. But I need to control the planet to do that. So we've drawn 2 cards. I'm going to discard one of them, which is going to be Strange New Worlds, because I don't need that at the moment. In fact, I'm going to put my discard pile there, under my head, so you can't see it. Gain on 1 speciality track for each matching. Okay, so I think we're going to gain on blue. Why not? I need to have lots of blue, so I've got 1 from the Discovery, 2 from Detmer, so my research goes up by 3. There you go, I've got 5 research already. That's pretty awesome. Now, we have Saru in hand. We have an incident in hand, but I've already used the Discovery, so I can't do it again to beam somebody there, and I don't have any other ships. I've got 1 action left. Ah, it's this one. It's Joanne. So we're playing Joanne. You may send an away team to the USS Discovery A's location. I will. Bop. You may beam a card from your hand or discard pile to the Discovery, and if you do both, gain a glory. And remember, in cadet training mode, you take the glory from the supply, not from the card. So are we going to beam Saru straight away onto the ship? No, because Saru gets me an incident, and I need 2 incidents. So we're actually going to beam the subspace phenomenon to the Discovery. There you go. So we've started. We need a scientist on there as well, but we'll find one. So I've used my 3 actions. Do I have anything available? Yes, I do. I've got maximum warp. So we'll play maximum warp because it's draw 2 cards. Cycling through your deck is so important in this game, and discard one of the drawn cards. Aha. Right. So I'm going to discard. I'm going to show you these cards because I haven't seen these yet. So recover, if it's going to focus, is to take an incident to gain a ship from the junk, or spend 1 dilithium to gain a cargo. And Cleveland Booker, who's a business telepath, I can play him without an action to gain a dilithium and a latinum, or I can play him with an action, spend a dilithium to gain a person or a cargo. And he's also got an ability if he's my duty officer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to play Cleveland Booker without an action to gain a dilithium and a latinum. So I gain the latinum, but the dilithium goes onto there. Right. That's it. That's my 3 actions done. Oh, I could play Tilly, not an action, log a card from your hand or discard pile to recrystallize. Well, I don't... log a card from my hand. I don't want to do that at the moment because I'll end up getting rid of a card, which is really important. Like recover, I don't know. It could be really important. So I think it's a bit too soon for me. Are there any of these cards I want to keep from one round to the next? Which normally is no, because you want to discard your cards to cycle through. But actually, I think I'm going to keep Saru in hand. So Saru is staying in hand. Those go to the discard pile. Did it say you got a glory if you beamed one from your hand? No, it said if you do both. The card said... where was it? You may send an away team to the USS Discovery's location. You may beam a card from your hand or discard pile to the Discovery. If you do both, gain a glory. So I think we're good. So that's staying in my hand. That's going there. And place glory. Right, so which one of these do I possibly want? I have literally no idea. But ships are good. But I don't know if I've got anything in hand in my deck. There's a warper ship, exhauster ship. There's nothing that gets me a ship except for taking an incident to gain a ship from the junk. So it doesn't look like I can actually get a ship. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. So we're going to take this one because it's got a blue focus on it. And hopefully I'm going to get my blue track up. Right. So now I'm going to discard and draw. So I've discarded. I'm going to draw. My deck is empty. That's the advantage of having a duty officer. Beaming a card to there, my deck is actually thinner than normal. And I'm going to take the top card from the reserve, put it into my deck, and then draw it. So the top card of my reserve is it's Book's ship. So I can play it, I can deploy it, I can send an away team to a location, ignoring any opponent ship. And it's got the usual effects, but it's also got a reaction. When an attack would dismiss your duty officer, dismiss a card beamed here to ignore the effect. Okay. Okay, so that's going on top of my deck, and then I draw. So my hand size is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Right. Turn 2 of 11. You get 11 turns effectively. So now we do have a dilithium here, so I can recrystallize this. Oh, and that should be refreshed. So, oh, there was something I was supposed to do? Yes, I've remembered now. I'm supposed to have junked a card from the market in the cadet training mode. Rules changes. During cleanup, wipe one card of your choice from the market, returning any tokens on it and then junking it. Right, okay, so I forgot to do that. So the Decatur Cruiser is going to the junk, which means I can then get it from the junk. There you go. Apologies that I forgot to do that, but I think I think that's it. Oh, except we're not supposed to put a glory token on there. The whole main thing is, where is it? During cleanup step, remove for the start and place one dilithium. So that should be on there. There you go. The whole big thing is that. So now we're good to go. Round 2, I think we fixed it. Yeah, I don't have any resupply. I don't have any control. So we are good to go. That is good. That is good. Right. What we're going to do? Are we going to take another incident again? I think so. We've also got book ship. We definitely want to play that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play book ship. So deploy this ship. Oh, I think ships are supposed to be down here, aren't they? Yeah, ships are supposed to be down here. Planets are or locations are supposed to be up there. Okay, so we've got book ship, which is... Where is it? I had it a minute ago. Here. So we have book ship. So I've spent an action, I've played it, I've deployed it. You may send an away team to a location, ignoring any opponent's ship. So we'll send it there. Okay, so that's my first action done. Second action, scan for a Kelpian. Well, that's the way I can get the Kelpians. Find a directive. You may free play. Oh, that's strong. That's very strong, isn't it? I mean, I've got incidents coming out of my sleeves here. I could take loads of incidents. I mean, scanning for a Kelpian, that's extra cards. Yeah, and then beam them aboard the ship. That's what we're going to do. So we are going to spend an action to play Saru. You may take an incident. I am taking an incident. It's hostile contact. To scan for a Kelpian. So I'm going to choose the ally deck. And what I do is I look through until I find Kelpian. Well, there's only one in there. There it is. Now, I can never remember this. Well, I can remember it, but I've not played for a while. But when you scan, what do you do with the rest of the cards? So I've scanned for a trait. Yeah, you can't remember what happens with the rest of the cards. Shuffle the other remaining cards you have into the corresponding deck. Yeah, okay. I thought it was. So I've scanned for that, and I am gaining that. And I'm going to gain that to my hand. No, sorry. To my top of my deck or my discard pile. It's going to be gained to the top of my deck. There you go. Right. So we've played Saru, we've played book ship. Now I kind of want that in hand so that, am I going to control this? I am going to control this. If I'm not careful, I mean, control is always optional, but I'm going to control this. So I need, yeah, okay. I know what I need to do. I know exactly what I need to do. I am going to play Maximum Warp, which is not an action. So draw 2 cards and discard one of the drawn cards. Well, I need the Kelpians, so we're discarding Cleveland Booker. You may warp a ship. So I am going to warp Book's ship without having to discard a card. So Book's ship is going there. Then I am going to activate the Discovery to warp it to here, which, yeah, the Spore Drive's awesome. So there we go. I'm now controlling that location at the start of the next turn and not losing the Discovery by doing so. So I've got one action left, but what I'm going to do is I am going to discard a card to beam a card here. So I am going to discard Tilly to beam the Kelpians on board the Discovery. Okay, there's that. Right, next. One action left. Are we going to gain another ship? I think we might. Yeah, we might do that. I can either do that or I could play Stamets and gain 2 more of this research stuff. But I'm tempted to get another ship because ships are great. Ships allow you to then start controlling more locations, which is really good when you're playing Utilize and you're getting lots of dilithium, but I'm not doing that. So I don't know if I need lots of locations or not. I am tempted to take this though. It's a scientist as well. So I could beam the scientist ship aboard the Discovery, which is tractor beaming it. Yeah, okay. Third action, I'm going to play Recover. I'm going to take another incident to gain a ship from the junk, which is going to go straight into my discard pile. Right, that's it. That's all of my actions done. Have I got any cards to play that don't require actions? No. Wait a minute. Oh, I've activated the Enterprise, haven't I? I did activate the Enterprise. Sorry, not the Enterprise. The Discovery to beam something there. I could beam something aboard Book's ship just to get it out of my hand, but there's no point because it's actually going to... Book's ship's going to get dismissed in a minute when I take control of this location. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So... Cleanup step, resolve the Stardate card. No, place Glory. Oh, I wipe a card first. So we're going to wipe this one. Don't think I want that one. And the Tholians have come out. Then we're going to remove a Glory from here, and we're going to add another dilithium to there. I need to get that cargo at some point. Discard and draw. I'm going to discard all of these cards. I don't believe I need any of these cards in my hand. Okay, and then I'm going to draw up to 6. So, 1, 2, 3. We get a new card from the reserve, which is... It's the cat. It's Grudge. So I can play it to free play Cleveland Booker or Book ship, and then I can beam this card and another card to Book ship, junk a card from the market. Cool. Right. Okay. So... that goes into my hand, and then I get 2 more cards. So the whole not having much dilithium isn't a problem for this deck. I thought it was going to be a big problem, but because the Discovery has a Spore Drive, it's great. And actually, Book ship, I discard cards to warp it. So I don't need the dilithium at the moment, he says, because I'm sure there are cards in my development pile which require me to spend a dilithium. That's the normal thing. Okay, so turn 3. Resupply. I don't have any resupply effects, but I do have a control, and I am going to control this location because I have 3 things. I have more than my opponent. I have 2 more than my opponent and at least 3. So Book ship gets dismissed. My 2 away teams come back. I have gained control of the Armagosa Observatory, and when I gain control of it, I may gain a person, and if it's a scientist or engineer, I gain a glory. Well, so I may gain a person. I don't have to, but I probably want to, because it's like free stuff, and I can always log it away with Tilly if I don't want it. I don't know if B4 is good for this deck. I'm not sure it is, so I might just get a random one from the top of the deck. So we're going to gain a card from the top of the deck, and it is a Romulan. It's Admiral Jarok. Okay, so he's not a scientist, and he's not an engineer. So I didn't gain a glory, and he's going to go to my discard pile. Okay, so I now have the Armagosa Observatory, which is a starbase. It's got 3 points. It's a blue focus. It's a blue skill, and Riser has come out. Riser comes out in almost every game I play. There's only a 40% chance that it's in any game. Okay, so I'm not in a death spiral just yet. Not yet. So the cat, Cleveland Booker, can free play Cleveland Booker or Book ship. Well, I have neither of those cards, so that's not going to be very useful for me. We do have Strange New World, so we could now start Strange New Worldsing with this. So after putting an encounter into play, gain a glory, and you may log a card from your hand or discard pile. Special, when you log this card, warp all of your deployed ships to one other location and draw 2 cards. So I need to log that card somehow. I'm not sure how to log that card. Oh, except Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds will log it, and then when it's logged, I warp all of my deployed ships to one other location and then draw 2 cards. Okay, so we want a Strange New Worlds that, which means I need an away team on it. Okay, that's my plan. How I do that plan, I don't know. How are we doing with the mission? We're investigating the burn. We have a Kelpian and we have an incident on the ship. We need a scientist and another incident. Okay, so what are we going to do? Well, let's do this. Now, I could... Yeah, let's do it. That should come off. Right, I think, if I've worked this out correctly, I think this is going to work. I am going to activate the Discovery to warp it to the Armagosa Observatory and then refresh it. So it spore drives over to here. Then I'm going to play Joanne as an action to send an away team to the USS Discovery A's location. Pop. You may beam a card from your hand or discard pile to the Discovery. Yeah, we'll beam Tilly aboard the Discovery because she's a scientist. Okay. If you do both, gain a glory. Nice. Okay. That's that done. Then, I can't remember this, but when you log a location, does the ship get dismissed as well? I don't think it does. Somebody in the chat will answer before I find the answer. Logging. Ships present are dismissed from a logged location. Yes. Okay. So I need to spore drive the heck out of there. So we activate. We go to Risa. So the Discovery is no longer there, but I can still Strange New Worlds it, I believe. Oh no, there has to be a ship. Oh, rats. Okay, so there has to be a ship, but I don't want to lose the Discovery. We're going to have to wait for Book's ship to come back out. Okay, that's fine. We're going to play Inspire. For one action, we're going to play Inspire. I'm going to draw 2 cards and discard one of them. Well, there's a ship. So we're going to discard the one that isn't a ship. Gain on 1 speciality track. So I'm going to choose research, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 research. So we go to 9. That's pretty good, isn't it? Wasn't there a way to get a discard from the discard pile? Not sure. No, the special allows you to warp a ship, but it's when you log this card. Yeah, I'm not sure. David might be able to answer that. The special effect of the Armagosa Observatory says, when you log this card, warp all of your deployed ships to one other location. It doesn't say deployed ships that are here. So my rules question is, this probably could do with going in the FAQ, is what if there was a ship at this location? Do I get a chance to warp it away before it gets dismissed? Because that would make a difference. That would make quite a big difference. Anyway, so this is in my hand. Because yeah, if it did, I would Strange New Worlds at this turn. So we just need to hang fire until either Graham, Daniel, or David, or Nigel, or anybody knows whether I can warp the ships away from the Armagosa Observatory before they get logged. And I'm not sure, because the rules for logging say Ships present are dismissed from a logged location and away teams are returned to the captain. That's all it says. I can ask on the Discord server, but David's on the Discord server. Let me just check. So, we might get an answer for this, but it is quite important. What is it? The Armagosa Observatory? Armagosa Observatory. Can I warp the ship away from there when I log it to avoid dismissing it? There you go. We'll find out. Yeah, because if it does, it's all about the when you log this card. I don't know if there's like a window of opportunity where I can then activate that and move it away. Thematically, I don't remember the Armagosa Observatory from Star Trek lore. If I did, it might help me understand the card. I don't know which... it looks like it's from Next Gen, based on the image. It's very dark. Okay, so if I am allowed to do that, then my last action will be Strange New Worlds. If I'm not allowed to do that, my last action would be to play the Decay Cruiser. I haven't beamed anything aboard yet. I need another incident. I need 2 incidents. Where are my incidents? Oh, I need them. Oh, it was in the Generations movie. Oh, okay. Oh, the Armagosa Observatory. Is that from... Is that the one on the planet? Yeah, I can't remember it. The observatory was destroyed. Okay. Right, let's see if I've had an answer. I haven't. It's a shame that Davy's doing his tax returns today. So we're going to have to go with the fact that, I don't know, let's lean towards me not being able to do it. So instead, I'm going to use my third action to play the Decay Cruiser. Deploy and warp this ship. So I deploy it, and then I am going to warp it to here. Here it is. There we go. And I gain a research. Wow, my research is at 10 already. So there we go. I'll do the Strange New Worlds next turn. Ah, by the ribbon. The ribbon, yes. Yeah. It was where Malcolm McDowell was. Yeah. So... I can't play that. Can't play that. I'm going to keep Strange New Worlds in hand, but we are done. So clean up. Oh, read reactions. Nigel says, read reactions, page 32. So it is in here. Reaction operations. It's not a reaction. It's a special. It's not the reaction. It's the special. The when you log this card. So I can read the rules on reactions, but it's not a reaction. So, I mean, it kind of is technically a reaction, but it's not a reaction operation. But reaction operations say it is not mandatory to trigger, but once you have started resolving one, all texts are mandatory unless indicated otherwise. Resolving a reaction can interrupt another operation at the point where the condition was met and then return to it once the reaction has resolved. So, yeah, not sure. Adam has said, we do have a rules channel. Oh, yeah, we do. But absolutely, the way that Strange New Worlds is currently worded, that is 100% the intention. Okay, so I could have done that, but we're not going to. So he says, the way Strange New Worlds is worded. Take one of them, return the other. Log the selected location to gain a research. Okay, right. We'll do it next turn. So we're done. Resolve Stardate card. Nope, Stardate card. Remove the glory, and we're going to place another dilithium. Let's put it on here. Why not? We'll get that at some point. We will get that. Honestly. This cost dilithium to warp it around. Right, got it. And I think we're done. Oh, I didn't wipe anything from the market. Let's wipe before. We didn't want that one. Let's have Laris. Okay, next turn. Not next turn. I'm keeping that card. I'm discarding that one. I don't think I want that one. I think I've got loads of incidents in my deck. So I'm sorry, Saru, but you're disappearing. I might keep Inspire. Yeah, especially is not optional. Yeah. I don't think I need Inspire at the moment, so I'm going to get rid of that as well. But Joanne's been fantastic. I think we're going to keep Joanne. Yeah, I'm going to keep 2 cards in hand. I'd never do that. Okay, and then I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So no new reserves for me. I do have 2 cards left in my reserve deck. Okay. Next round. Resupply. I have no resupply operations. Control. I have no control operations. But here we go. We're going to do it. So we're going to play Strange New Worlds. Select a controlled location. This one. If there's 1 or more away teams there and 1 or more ships there, look at the top 2 encounters, take one of them and return the other to the bottom of the deck. So do we want Vija or the Boltzmann Brain? Both are good. Vija is worth 9 points, but Boltzmann Brain is a card draw engine. I'm going to take Boltzmann Brain. Okay, and I've gained the encounter. No, I haven't. I have taken the encounter. And then I am logging the selected location to gain a research. So the location is being logged. And it says, when you log this card, warp all of your deployed ships to 1 other location. So I'll send them both there. That's the other location to this, I guess. Unless it means the deployed ships at this location. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, this is being logged. So warp all of your deployed ships to another location and then draw 2 cards. Okay, awesome. So that gets logged. That's gone. And I draw 2 cards. I can't draw 2 cards, so I get that one. And I get the final card from my reserve deck. It is Nivar, which I think is the new Vulcan homeworld type thing. Ooh. Speeds up the game. Interesting. Okay, right. So 8 cards. Wow. So Strange New Worlds has been done. I no longer control any locations, but that was pretty good. Next. Now, we don't need that just yet because we've still got time. In a multiplayer game, somebody else, the other player would have grabbed that already. Absolutely. So we're going to play Joanne. So you may send an away team to the Discovery's location. Now then, which of these do I actually want? I think I want Ricer. Yeah, let's go with Ricer. So I'm going to beam an away team to Discovery's location. And I can beam a card from my hand or discard pile to Discovery. And if I do both, I gain a glory. There you go. Boltzmann Brain was in the Strange New Worlds, the Elysian Kingdom, which I've not seen yet. I've not seen Strange New Worlds. I really want to. It's on the list to watch. Just haven't got around to it yet. So did that. I'm beaming a card from my hand to Discovery. It is going to be an incident, which means the mission is complete. We have investigated the burn. Have 2 incidents, a scientist and a Kelpian on the same ship, and a research of at least 5. My reward is that I get the top encounter card and put it on top of my deck, and I can recrystallize up to 2. So is there anything that I could have done beforehand? So I don't have to complete the mission right now to basically gain Yes. I think there is. Let's just have a look at my cards. Oh, no, there isn't. I'm trying to gain some dilithium. Now that will go straight into my pool. That doesn't go onto the inert dilithium card. If I have a communication in play. I don't think I do have a communication in play. No. Okay, I can play Cleveland Booker. That will do it. So before completing the mission, we're going to play Cleveland Booker, who is not an action. And I gain a dilithium and I gain some latinum. Right. Then, although that is my card to gain cargo, then we're going to complete the mission. So I have 2 incidents, a scientist and a Kelpian on the same ship and a research of 5. Okay, we've done the mission. So we mark it as complete. And my reward is that I take the top encounter card. There is a typo on this player board. It does say discovery. It means encounter card. Put it on top of your deck and I recrystallize up to 2 dilithium. But there you go. So I have taken the Iconian Gateway and it's gone on top of my deck. I've got 2 encounter cards already. That's really good. That's really good. We do have... now, what was there something about the things on a ship that contributed to the mission get dismissed, but the ship itself doesn't? I believe that's the rule. So we're here. We're about to control that riser next turn. Because I've got 3 things there. I've got 1 action left. We're going to play the Boltzmann Brain because it is a free action. And it is to draw a card. You may return an incident. I have an incident. I am totally returning it. Okay, and I've drawn my other encounter. I've drawn the Iconian Gateway. I mean, that's good. That's really good. This is all really good. I've got in Nivar, I could play that. Ah, that's my cargo gaining thing. So I need to save this and play it soon. Yeah, I mean, I've got so many choices here. Well, I'm going to play Maximum Warp because it's draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. Well, I've got Grudge and I've got Book Ship. Let's... yeah, because that allows me to free play this. I'll get rid of the cat. Sorry, cat. I've still got 1 action left. I'm tempted to put a location into play. Although, interestingly, this location removes a glory from the Stardate card. That effectively means I have 1 turn fewer in the game, which means I'm going to score less points. Interesting. It is good, though. It is a good card. So I think I'm going to play Book Ship. Yeah, as an action, I'm going to play Book Ship. Deploy this ship. You may send an away team to a location ignoring any opponent's ship. So, sure, I'll send that to there. And then I will spore drive the Discovery to there. Remove Stardate effects are ignored in cadet mode. Oh, right, okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. That's good to know. So it doesn't speed the game up. It's not a problem. Okay, now, I can't believe I might actually be keeping these 3 cards in hand. I can discard 1 of them to warp the ship. Let's do that. But which one? Because these are all good. They're all really good. In fact, the Iconian Gateway is not worth any points for me at the moment. I need to be increasing my influence. Definitely need to increase my influence. Well, I say definitely. I might just... I mean, this is a dead card otherwise. I mean, it's an amazingly powerful card. It's just not actually worth any points to me. I don't have any Imperials in play. Is there any Imperials in the market? Nope. So I am going to discard the Iconian Gateway to warp this ship to here. Dozaria. Okay, I think we are done. I could beam stuff aboard, but I want these two. So yeah, I think we're good. Okay, clean up. So I am junking a card in the market. Let's junk Laris, I think. Yeah, don't know. Admiral Pressman, awesome. I'm going to remove the glory and we're going to put that on there. Right, I'm going to get them. They're mine. Discard and draw. Well, I'm going to discard these, obviously. My deck is way too big. I need these. I need that. I don't need this, but I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to keep those two cards in hand and I'm going to draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. Okay, that's my deck. Okay. Next turn. Resupply. Have I got any resupply effects? I do not, but I am going to take control of this location. So that is going to dismiss the Dakir Cruiser and those two. And I control Ricer. So when I control it, I can find up to 3 persons, except from your reserve deck, and beam them there. Well, find could include discard pile. So let's find these 3 people from my discard pile and let's beam them to Ricer. So Joanne, Cleveland and Sylvia are off on holiday. There you go. They've gone to Butlins. And then we get a new one and it is Solum. And I don't have to do anything else. Nope, I've dismissed my ships. We're all good. We are all good. Right. So that's the control step done. Now we go into actions. So I don't think I need to take this just yet, but I think I'm going to, because I've just been hanging around for such a long time. And I don't really need Admiral Jarok. He's not a great card for me. So I probably want to log that one away if I can with Tilly. And Tilly's there. So we're going to do that. We're going to activate Ricer. We're going to recall a card. We're going to recall Tilly from Ricer. Recall is to hand. And that gets me a Latinum. Then, right, she's good at recrystallizing. But I need to actually gain some dilithium for that. Okay. Ricer's yellow. That's yellow. They could be yellow. I did talk about getting my influence up. But I probably want to get my research up first. Although Stamets is good at getting my research up. Right. We're going to play recover. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to spend a Latinum to gain a cargo. And I'm going to gain the forced singularity. And I actually get that dilithium. And that is going to go onto my discard pile. Okay. First action done. Yes, Tilly went down to the planet and then realised she'd left the cooker on. So she had to come back quickly and switch it off. Right, thinning my deck. I can be beaming cards to these. It's just hard to get them back. So we're going to play Nivar. So as an action, I'm going to play Nivar, take control of this location. And if you weren't playing Cadet Training Mode, I would remove a Glory Counter from the Stardate card. Then when I control it, I can find, inspire, or scan for an ambassador. Well, finding inspire just means it's already in my hand. So there's no point me doing that. So we'll scan for an ambassador. Is there an ambassador here? No. So we're going to go looking for an ambassador from here. Aha, we found Reaver. Okay, so he's worth yellow points. Again, nothing at the moment. So, yeah, I need to be logging these cards. Maybe I should have taken Vija. Vija's at the bottom of the deck now, so that's no good for me. Okay, so that's done there. What was that from? Can't remember. I've just done something and can't remember what I've just done. Oh, controlling the location. That's it. This has a passive effect. So it has 1 research for each Vulcan, 1 influence for each ambassador, and 1 military for each Romulan. Ah, that's interesting. That is interesting. So what have I got at the moment? I've got a load of humans and some more humans, and that's it. That's all we've got. We don't have any Vulcans. We don't have any Romulans. I mean, it is a Vulcan. Oh, and a Romulan. Including traits on this card. Okay, so it's got 1 yellow and 1 blue at the moment. Okay, that's quite good. Right, well, 1 action left. Yeah. Okay, so we're potentially looking at Stamets because I've got the dilithium now. So if I had Stamets as my duty officer and I activated him as an action, I could do that. Do I want to do that? I mean, Detmer's been great for the icons. Let's maybe just do the icons a little bit more. So let's play Inspire as my last action. I'm going to draw 2 cards. I can't, so I get the final reserve card, which is Hugh, Human Doctor. Okay. So that goes on top of my deck, and then I draw that into my hand, along with 1 other card, although I am discarding 1 of the drawn cards. Which is that. So we will discard that. And I'll keep that. And I'm going to gain on the yellow track. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't have any ambassadors in play. So 4. So I go at 4 on the influence track. Right. That's all of my actions done. But have I got any other cards that I can play that require actions? I've got that to recrystallize a thing. I can't do that. Right. Do we want to switch duty officers? I think we do. So I think we're going to promote Stamets to be my new duty officer. So I'm going to activate the discovery to promote Stamets, which dismisses Detmer. Okay, next, do we want to start beaming other cards to my ships? Yes, because I need them out of my deck. So I'm going to... hang on a minute. Book ship is interesting. I can discard a card to recall a card that's beamed there, but I can't beam a card to there. That's different from most other ships. I guess it's because it's a small ship. That is interesting. Okay, so there was me thinking I was going to beam a load of cards away, and I actually can't. Well, my next rules question, you need the cat. Yes, I need the cat. Look at my captain card. Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you. Well, have that. But my rules question is, can I play Tilly just to log a card from my hand? It says to recrystallize 1 dilithium. If I can't recrystallize a dilithium, I still think I can do it. So I think I can play Tilly to log a card from my hand. David, you can confirm that. That would be great. Yes. Is that yes for me? And yeah, let's do it. I completely forgot about Burnham's ability. So I'm going to activate Burnham. Please listen to David. I am listening to David. David has reminded me of my ability and I'm about to use it. So it's hard doing a live stream before you know. So I think this is what Davey's telling me to do, and I am going to do it. So I'm going to spend 3 dilithium to gain an ally and a glory. Now, do we want the Tholians? Because the Tholians is worth 3 points. They're quite nice. I like the Tholians. Let's take the Tholians. They are gained. Discard pile or top of deck? I'm actually going to put them on top of my deck because they're going to log themselves soon. Right. Is that it? I think that might be it. I've no other things that I can do with any of my ships. That's an action to do, which I can't do. So I think we're good. I think we are good. I think we are end of turn. So which one of these do I want to wipe? Well, I'm not really bothered about Admiral Pressman, so he can disappear. Ah, Phlox. Right, then we're going to remove the glory, and we're going to put a dilithium, and let's put it on the Pasteur. Let's refresh these. And then, because this is now empty, at the beginning of my next cleanup step, the whole market is going to wipe and any neutral locations with tokens on them. So that is now active and in play. And we get another 5 counters on here. So we're sort of halfway through. Right, discard and draw. Deck's still way too big. What are we going to do with Saru and Hugh? Are we bothered about these two? I don't think I am. Saru is amazing as my duty officer. So if he's my duty officer and I have 2 influence, I reveal my hand. If there's at least 2 people in there, I get an action. Really good. But I'm getting rid of them. Okay, 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yes, we need to be beaming cards, logging cards, and everything else. But I'm happy. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it because I love the game. But it's also good just exploring this deck and seeing where we're going. Right, next round. Resupply, no resupply. Control, no control because I've only got 2 things there. So it's my go. Do we want to use Stamets? I think we do. I mean, let's do it. Let's use Stamets. Let's activate Stamets. I'm going to dismiss the discovery. Disappears. And this card. And spend 3 dilithium to take the top encounter. There you go. I mean, I've got 3 encounter cards. That's awesome. It's the Ancient Gene Fragments. Okay, right. Next. Well, I said I was going to do it. I do have Grudge now. I can play Cleveland Booker or Book Ship. Free play. I can beam this card and another card to Book Ship. That's how you get the cards on the ship. Right. That's what we're going to do. Okay, because I don't need these things. And we're all good. And the Ancient Gene Fragments is actually useless for me because it's a military... I say useless. It's got a great ability. But we are going to play the cat because it's a free play. So we'll play the cat. You may free play Cleveland Booker or Book Ship. I don't have... no, so hang on. Let's draw some cards first. Let's play the Tholians. You may draw a card, of course. And then gain 1 Latinum and 2 dilithium for each controlled location you have in play. So I have 2 controlled locations. So I get 2 Latinum and we gain 4 dilithium onto the inert dilithium. Log this card. Right. Next, I have another card. I have the Maximum Warp, which is to draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. Okay. You may warp a ship. It's fine, right? Then I'm going to play the Boltzmann Brain to draw a card. You may return an incident. Yep. I'm trying to get a Cleveland Booker. Right. Then I'm going to play Reaver, draw a card. You may log an attack from your hand or discard pile. Have I got any attacks? I don't think I do. If I did, I could gain a glory. No, I don't have any attacks. So, can't do that, but that's fine. So we did lots of card drawing there, which was great. Yeah, now we're going to play Grudge. So I can free play Cleveland Booker or Book Ship. I don't have either. You may beam this card and another card to Book Ship. So that's going on to Book Ship, along with another card that I don't really want at the moment. Because I can always get them back. That's the thing. Let's beam the Ancient Gene Fragments there, just because they're gone. The cat has been activated. And that's not an action. I've still got an action left. Oh, hello. The Forced Singularity is quite cool. It's very cool. I need people. I need people on planets. I am going to spend one action to play the Decay Cruiser, which deploys it and warps it. Okay. You may discard a card to gain a research. I will. I will discard the Kelpians to gain some research. Okay, so that's come in, that's gone there. That was my third action. Okay, and I can discard a card to beam a card here. Now, do I want to do that? Yes, I do. I am going to activate the Decay Cruiser. I am going to discard Strange New World to beam a Forced Singularity there. I think, again, I'm probably making really bad strategic problem errors here, but I don't care because it's fun. And I'm learning. First time ever playing this deck. Right. Clean up. So now we activate this. Oh, we are wiping the market. So the whole market has gone. We get Zephyrum Cochrane, the Hollow Suite, the Sonar Battlecruiser, Karema, and then I'm going to remove that to put one on... Don't know. I mean, this one's worth 3 points. Yeah. Okay. And then we wipe any that don't have tokens on. So that's gone. And we get regular 1. Okay. So that's the cleanup mode done. Oh, I was supposed to junk 1 first. Okay, I was supposed to junk 1 and then we were supposed to wipe them. So which one would I have junked? Probably Phlox, to be honest. Which means that would have been replaced and then that would have wiped. Okay. Admiral Nechiev. Right, I think we're done. I think we are on next turn, whatever turn that is. Resupply. Still don't have any resupply operation. Oh, discard and draw. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, okay. No cards in hand. Deck's empty. Aha! Now, at this point, I get to buy a card. So, here are... I'm not going to look through all of them. Oh, wipe, junk, and glory. Oh, okay. I did it slightly wrong. So, it should have been wipe, then junk, then glory. That's fine. That's fine. We're all good. So, here's my development cards. Now, I'm not going to look in detail at any of these. But we have Dr. Kovic, who's very cool. We have Admiral Vance, that's very cool. Look at all these abilities. We have Theta Zeta. Ah, now this. Ooh, I have got 12. So I could just take this. This is good. Surely this is good. Earth. Cool. I can't have that. I can't have Earth. Sorry, no Earth. Adira. That's really good. Yeah, I can't do. They can't afford that. Oh, look at that. Wowzers. Oh, that's so good. But look at the cost. Free if Admiral Vance is your duty officer. And the Transworm. Okay, so and Jet Reno, brilliant character. Oh, look at that! That's great. That is good. I can have that. But I think we're going to take Theta Zeta, because I do have 12 research, and it might not be worth much for me at the end, but it's this. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're going to take. So there's my deck. Okay, card goes on top, and then I am drawing 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, resupply. No. Control. No. So off we go. Actions. So Theta Zeta. Yeah, I mean, let's do it. Why not? I spend an action. So I'm going to take control of this location. When I take control of it, I recrystallize all of the dilithium, and I am logging the inert dilithium card, which means my hand size actually has gone down now to 5. But I can now spend Gloria's dilithium. I can now spend dilithium. We've basically fixed the problem, and the dilithium has come back, and that gets me 4 glory. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Yay! Happy about that. Now then, that shouldn't be there. That's space for my duty officer. Because Detmer's back. Detmer's like, you got rid of me. Why did you get rid of me? So we have the Boltzmann Brain, which is not an action. I draw a card and I return an incident. Yeah, Boltzmann Brain has been absolutely fantastic for me. Okay, we've got cards that I'm not really that interested in. Although this is an ambassador, so if I can beam this somewhere... Oh, I could have beamed somebody to Riser. That's where Booker is. He's still on holiday. What's he doing there? And I can discard a card to recall a card from here if I needed to. If I needed to. I'm not sure I do. So I'm just going to beam. I'm going to activate Riser to beam Reva to Riser. Reva to Riser. So Reva is an ambassador, which means I have an ambassador in play, which means this has actually now got a yellow thing on it, should I need that. Yeah, I probably do. I'm going to play Maximum Warp because it's not an action. I draw 2 cards and discard one of them. Well, this has changed things because I don't think I need Stamets at the moment. So we're going to discard Stamets. Sorry, Paul. We're going to take the Iconian Gateway. You may warp a ship. Let's warp this ship to here. Yeah, okay. Next, we're going to spend an action to play the Iconian Gateway. I'm going to send up to 3 away teams to the same location, ignoring any opponent's ships. Boom. And for each Imperial you have in play, I gain a military. I'm pretty sure I don't have any Imperial cards in play. No, I do not. So that's that. I've got 1 action left. I haven't used this. I haven't used this. So let's put the Discovery back into play. I'm going to have to shuffle things along a bit, aren't I? Yeah, so Discovery is coming back. Deploy this ship. You may discard to free play a person. Oh, if I'd have known. It's fine. And do we want to warp it anywhere? Don't know. Don't think I do. So, no, let's leave it there for now. Oh, but I can now promote Detmer from my hand to duty officer by activating Discovery. So I could activate Book Ship, but I don't think I need to. I don't need to recall a card. Oh, that's amazing. I've just worked it out. Right, so you can discard a card to recall the cat, play the cat to free play Cleveland Booker or Book Ship. Yeah, that's really good. Starting to work it out. I think we're done. I have no cards in hand. I don't think I want to do anything else on this turn. So, resolve Stardate. No. Wipe a card. We're going to wipe... Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Let's wipe Admiral Nechayev. Yeah, we don't want to... Ah, Rom. Ferengi Engineer. Okay, so we've done that, and then we're going to remove the glory, and we're going to put a dilithium on there, which I'm going to take with that ability in a minute. Right, we're done. Discard and draw. So they've gone. Now I'm only drawing 5 cards now. I figured out the cat. Yes. I think I figured out the cat. So let's do some stuff. Let's activate Ricer and recall Cleveland Booker, who comes back with some money. Right. Then okay. Maybe. Oh, for each creature you have in play, either draw a card or gain a... What? That's even better. Sorry, Detmer, but I think we've got a new duty officer. It's just gaining points. Oh. Oh, hang on. I forgot to control this location. Completely forgot to control Solum. Take an incident and put it on the bottom of your deck. Okay, sorry for that. Take an incident, put it on the bottom of my deck. Yeah, I forgot to do that, but I definitely was going to do that. It's Zahir. That's going to be good for me. Right. Oh, I want to play this deck 50 times now. It's starting to just a little bit make sense, but it's just really enjoyable. Right, I think while Detmer is still my duty officer, I've got 3 actions. Is there anything else? Is there any more Imperials I can get in play? Do I want to be greedy with Strange New Worlds? I don't think I do. But if I can get away teams to these places, then that is good. So let's play Inspire. And I'm going to draw 2 cards. Okay. And discard one of them. I'm going to discard Recover, and I'm going to keep Tilly. And then I'm going to gain on a speciality track. So I'm thinking yellow. How many yellows have I got? I've got 1. I've got 1 yellow here because I have an ambassador. Yeah, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 yellow. If I went for blue, I'd have 3, 4. So I could get my blue to the max. That's actually probably the best thing, because then that puts my speciality track at ×6. And I've got more blue cards in my deck. So we're going to do that. We're going to choose blue. And we've gone up to there. So that's that done. Right. Next. I'm going to use that to gain that later on. Don't need to do that at the moment. Kind of want to... Okay. Right. Aha. So we're going to play Saru as an action. Saru says you may take an incident to scan for a Kelpian. Now we know there is no Kelpians in there because we already grabbed the Kelpian, so we're going to scan this one for a Kelpian. And I think there's only 1 Kelpian in here. There. Suval, right? So we've scanned for a... Oh, 5 blue. There was one more Vulcan, was there? Where am I missing? Oh, the Decay Cruisers Vulcan. Thank you. Okay, so we've scanned for Suval. That is the point. And Suval is going to my discard pile. Right. So I've scanned for a Kelpian. Now I'm finding a directive and I can free play the found card. So I'm going to find Recover. And I'm going to free play it. To take an incident. To gain a ship from the junk. Yeah, because that's worth 6 points to me. Okay, we're looking good. What am I going to do about all these incidents, you say? Well, I'm going to play the Kelpians. Return up to 2 incidents from your hand or your discard pile and log this card. There you go. Then in my deck. Now, I still probably want to start doing some more controlling of some other locations, like this place. We absolutely want this place. We've also got Cleveland Booker, who can get me some stuff. So we'll play Cleveland Booker to get a dilithium and a latinum. Right. Then we are going to... discard a card to recall. Discard a card to warp this ship. So if I warped all of these to here, I'd get it. But then those would be disappearing. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I'm going to warp the Discovery to there. I am going to... oh, it's spending a dilithium. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just hang fire on that for the moment. I'll warp the Discovery there and then that's it. I am going to play Tilly to log a card from your hand or discard pile. And I'm going to log Hugh. Because I think I'm all right for incidents. Recrystallize one. Definitely read Sukal. Sure. Yeah, it's fine. I'll take some more incidents. I know I'm about to. And I think we're good. I think we're good. What do I do with Strange New Worlds? Do I keep it? Am I going to get another away team on one of these locations anytime soon? I think I am. But no, we'll discard it. Okay, so we junk a card from the market. We're going to junk Rom. And then we're going to remove that and we're going to add that to there. Okay, discard and draw. I only have 1 card in my deck, so I draw that. And here we go again. Oh, I can't take Earth. No, I can't take Earth. I could take Adira, but it's costing me 2 dilithium. Where's Admiral Vance? I could take Admiral Vance. Yeah, he's pretty awesome, isn't he? Okay, we're going to take Admiral Vance. He costs 2 dilithium, but we are going to take Admiral Vance to the top of my deck. There we go. And then, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right. So, off we go then. What are we doing? Stuff. We want to play Admiral Vance. Well, we want Admiral Vance to be my duty officer when my deck empties so that I can then take that. And we want to have some more influence so that I can take Earth. That's my new plan, I think. I think that's my plan. And Sokal's ability, I believe, is only when he's my duty officer. Is that right? I think so. Because he's got a special ability that I can remove 2 incidents at the end of the game. I don't know if that special ability works if he's not in play. David will be able to help me out with that. Okay, so we need that card that increases my tracks. It's not here. David is saying it works. That's why it's a special and not a passive. Okay, so special operations do apply at the end of the game no matter where they are. Good to know. Thank you. I mean, I don't really need another location, but that's blue. That's 6 points. That's a 6-point card right there. Yeah, Admiral Vance is very good. But okay, beaming cards to ships. Okay, so I am going to activate book ship. I'm going to discard a card to recall the cat. So the cat has been recalled. Okay, I am then going to play the cat to free play Cleveland Booker, spending a dilithium to gain a person. I'm going to gain Lenara Khan because she's blue focus, so that's 6 points. And then you may beam this card and another card to book ship. Junk a card from the market. So that goes back onto the ship along with another card, which will be Red Alert. Okay. And then junk a card from the market. Let's junk. Don't really want that one. Ah, it's the Enterprise C. Blue, focus. Awesome. Check final scoring rules, asterisks. Oh, okay, right, got it. Have we used any actions yet this turn? I don't think I have. I think I forgot to flip my actions over, and I don't think I've done any actions. Somebody can remind me, because I only seem to have 2 cards in hand, but I don't actually think I've had any actions yet, which is a little weird. So we're going to use one of those actions to play Admiral Vance. I'm going to gain an ally after all that. It's going to go to my discard pile. And draw a card. Ah, there's the Inspire. Well, I'm glad I drew that. So we are going to play Inspire to draw 2 cards. And I'm going to choose yellow. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 influence, I believe. So we go up from 4 to 9. That's pretty good. I played the cat. Yes, I did play the cat, but the cat was not an action to play. And then lots of things spawned off playing the cat. Oh, it was draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. Let's discard that one. Right, then I've got another card which isn't an action to play, which is draw 2 cards and discard 1 of them. Aha! Yes! Controlling location time. So I'm going to discard that one. And then I am going to use my last action to play the Iconian Gateway and send 3 away teams to here. And then we're going to spore drive the Discovery here. And again, military for every Imperial card that I've got in play. But I don't think I've got any Imperial cards in play at all. Right. I think we're done. I didn't really beam anything, but I think I was quite efficient with my cards. I need to get Admiral Vance back because we need to get him to be my duty officer. This is why I need red alert. The red alert incident is great because it means you can play a person and then use the red alert incident to promote them from your staging area, which is very good. Yeah, we're done. I think I'm going to get rid of that. I don't think I want that. So we junk a card from the market. Let's junk. I mean, they're all good now. So let's junk the holosuite. And let's put this one on here. Because I think I'm sorry, not that one. Put that one on there. I think I'm going to get that one. Is there a solo mini campaign? There is. There's a 5-year mission, which I haven't tried yet, but I want to. It's on my list of things to do. Right, we are discarding. We are refreshing. We are drawing 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take Earth because I have 8 research and 5 influence. So Earth has been taken. Okay, right. Next round, resupply, no, control, yes. So we control this location. We're running out of space. I'm going to put the encounters over here. And when we control it, there's no effect, but from now on in the resupply phase, I gain a dilithium. And Memory Alpha's come out. It has a reaction after playing Utilize. I don't have Utilize in this deck. So, didn't the last card you play have the Imperial tag on it? Yeah, but it said except this one. So the card, the Iconian Gateway, says except for that one. I've not seen it anywhere else. Okay, so yes, Earth has rejoined the Federation, and it's going to get played. It's totally getting played. We're going to play Earth. There you go. So one action, I play Earth, I take control of it, and when I take control of it, I can gain a person. So I'm going to gain a person. There you go. Why not? I have that one. It's worth 3 points. And it's got an activation ability. So as an activation ability, I can gain an influence and a military. Awesome. Right. So what do we want to do now? We are getting near the end of the game. My dilithium is worth points. I want to get Admiral Vance back and get him promoted, so I need to be drawing cards. We've got Sukal, so I need to get rid of these cards to thin my deck more, if possible. Could also try and take control of this location. Oh, wait a minute. There's a resupply effect here. Gain a dilithium. I missed that. I've not just taken that this turn, have I? No, I have just taken that this turn, and resupply comes first. Imre says, I thought it said including this one. I don't think it said that. I hope it didn't say that. I've been playing it wrong all this time. Yeah, it says excluding this one. Yeah, I did it right. Okay. So, 2 actions left. Not sure about Stamets now. Yeah, okay. So 2 actions. Well, let's thin the deck by putting another ship into play. So deploy this ship. You may free play a communication or a doctor. I don't have a communication or a doctor, but we do have the Pasteur. Very ugly looking ship. I think it looks a bit silly, to be honest. As far as cool looking Star Trek ships go, it just looks a bit silly. Right, 1 action left. And what am I going to play? Well, I can play Saru. Because Saru is take an incident to scan for a Kelpian. So I'm going to take an incident, you'll like this, to scan for a Kelpian. Now I know none of the decks have any Kelpians in. So what happens is I go through all of the decks, reshuffle all of the decks, and then I gain 2 glory because I couldn't scan for a Kelpian. But then I find a directive, and I believe you can look through your deck as well, and I can free play the found card. So we need away teams. We need away teams. Free play. So I'm going to take Inspire. And then I'm going to free play Inspire. Draw 2 cards, discard one of them. Okay. And then I'm going to go up on the influence track. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got an ambassador in place, so that's 1 as well. So I believe I've got 5. So we go up to the top. There we go. Awesome. Achievement met. I'm then going to play the Boltzmann Brain to draw a card and return an incident. Why not? Where were the incidents? Incidents were there. Right. Anything else I want to do? Yes, I do. Since you asked so nicely. Oh, there was a super version of that. Never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna play Tilly for the free play effect to log that card. And then I've got this. So I can discard this card to warp book ship to here. I've not used Ricer. I've got all of this stuff to do. I could be recalling people from Ricer. I could be doing all sorts of extra stuff here. But I think that's it. I think that's my go done. I don't have any cards to discard. I'm going to refresh my actions. I'm going to refresh my cards. We are going to junk a card from the market. And then we are going to put the final one on there. So trigger the end of the game. I believe that I just have this turn. I think this turn is now my last turn. And then that is it. So, discard and draw. I've discarded all of my cards. I'm drawing 5. I've got 2 cards left in my deck. Not sure I'm going to be able to get this, but it'll be fun if I do. Resupply. Yes, I gain a dilithium. Any other resupply effects? No. Control. No. So I could have actually done it. Yeah, if I'd have wanted to, I could have actually spent a dilithium to warp that ship there. I could have done, but it's fine. It's fine. I didn't do it, so no more control. Potentially that's another 5 points. But never mind. It's okay. Potentially it's a lot more points. It's fine. It's fine. Right, we're all good. So I'm going to play. Oh, hang on. These were my discarded cards from last round. So I'm going to play Maximum Warp, draw 2 cards and discard one of them. Yeah, don't really matter at this stage. So we'll get rid of that. I'll take that. You may warp a ship. Sure. Let's warp. Well, let's warp book ship, because book ship I have to discard a card normally to warp it. So that wasn't an action. Next, are any of these any use whatsoever? Yes, that one is if I have Strange New Worlds, which I do have Strange New Worlds. Haha, right. So we are going to activate Ricer to bring back Joanne, who's been there for about 3 years on holiday. She comes back with some money. Good to see you, Joanne. We are then going to spend an action to play Joanne, sending an away team to the same location as the Discovery. And I could have warped the Discovery anywhere if I wanted to beforehand, but that's fine. I can beam a card from my hand or my discard pile to the Discovery. Sure. If you do both, gain a glory. Okay, done. Yes. Next, I'm going to play Strange New Worlds. No. No, I'm not. I'm going to promote Admiral Vance to be my duty officer first, which activates Discovery. Right. And then I'm going to activate Admiral Vance, and he says, if you have an away team on a controlled location, draw a card. If you have 3 or more across your controlled locations, draw another card. You may discard an incident to gain an action. That's amazing. But essentially, I'm drawing a card. My deck is empty, which means I get another development card, and I'm going to take the USS Federation because it says the development cost is free if Admiral Vance is your duty officer. Look at that. It's nice. It's nice. Right? And then, for an action, we're playing Strange New Worlds. Select a controlled location. If there is an away team on a ship there, yep, look at the top 2 encounters. We've got Shaka Ray and we've got the Guardian of Forever. Well, Shaka Ray's worth 7 points. So, let's have that. Take 1, return the other to the bottom of the deck, log the selected location to gain a research. Okay, so the location gets logged and the discovery gets dismissed. Nice. Okay, got 1 action left. Not sure. I mean, I want to get that ship because we also probably want to use Burnham's ability to get that because it's, yeah. So we'll activate Burnham. We'll spend 3 dilithium. We'll gain an ally. And we get a glory. Okay, we're just now trying to get as many points as we can get. So I can take an incident to get a ship from the junk. Are there any ships in the junk that are going to be useful for me? No. So I don't want to do that. Although, to be fair, taking an incident, I'm going to be able to get rid of that incident at the end. So it is a free 2 points. The other option is that I can gain a cargo, which is just a straight 2 points. That's probably better for me. Yeah, I think that's better. So we're going to play Recover for my last action. We're going to spend the Latinum to gain this cargo. Yep, so I have no actions left, but I am going to play Cleveland Booker to gain a dilithium and a latinum. And I think that's it. I don't... Oh, no, I've got Earth. I can activate Earth to gain an influence and a military. Not that that does anything. And I can recall Reaver. Oh, no, I can't. There's already a... It's already been used. So, yeah, I think we're done. I still have red alert. Do I? Yeah, there's a red alert here, but I think that's what I'm going to be able to get rid of at the end. I have lost track of how many incidents I've got, but I think we're good. We'll call it there. I think that is the end of the game. I think that's been 11 turns. Apologies if I've miscounted and called it early, but yeah, I think we are good. And now we do some scoring. So, player Paul, captain Paul, Burnham. Okay, so we have, how much glory have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 13. 13 glory. Right. Tokens on cards up here. So I have 2 tokens on neutral locations. We need to do my end game cards. So I have an end game card here, which is 1 point for every 2 dilithium. So 1, 2, 3. So I get 3 points for Theta Zeta. And do I have any other end game? I don't think I do. We've got Sukal, so before scoring, find and return up to 2 incidents. Now, can you find a beamed card? There's a good question. Find. Look through your hand, your discard pile, your draw, and your reserve decks. So technically, I couldn't have done that. So what I would have done at the end of the game is I would have discarded a card to recall that to my hand, which means then Sukal can get rid of it. Have I got another incident in here? No, I don't think I do. I think I'm all right for incidents. So yeah, Sukal has been done. Any other endgame cards? I don't think so. I think it was just that one. So points for cards. We get all of my cards together, of which there's a huge amount of cards. I think this has been quite a good score. And at some point in future, when you are playing through Burnham with the cadet training mode, let me know how well you did. Right. 2, 4, 8, 13, 14, 17, 18, 21, 31, 33, 36, 36, 39, 45, 45. Next, research focus. Hi, Willem. Thank you for popping in. So my research is worth 6 points each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 points from research cards. Wow. Influence cards. My influence cards are worth 6. I have 3 of them. That's 18. My military cards are worth 1. I have 1. And then I'm not playing the advanced side, so my missions are not worth anything. But that's 15. So that's, what's 15? That's 60, 63, 93, 94, 112. I think that's a pretty good score for my first game with cadet training mode, with a little bit of help from the chat. But the Burnham deck is interesting. It is, in all honesty, it is less scary than I thought it was going to be because I have so many games of this under my belt. But also, I was surprised at how similar it did play to the other decks. I was expecting it to play very, very differently. But the fact that it can't use dilithium, I didn't find that much of a problem because the discovery itself can just spore drive anywhere for free. And I wasn't finding that I needed any dilithium to do what I needed to do. And I did have a couple of ways of recrystallizing it. So when I did gain it, I was able to actually get it. And then at some point in the game, you are probably going to log. You're probably going to get Theta Zeta out and you're probably going to log that, which means suddenly you can then start using it. Again, this is just my initial impression after my first game of it. But yeah, I would definitely play this deck another 10, 15 times just to start to get to know the cards a little bit with all of the little tricks that you can do. And let's just have a quick look at the advanced side. So if you decide to play with the advanced side, you have 3 missions. You need to do one of these missions in order for your stuff to be worth any points. So the Investigate the Burn is the same as it was before. Reunite the Federation, you need to have an anomaly logged and 3 Starfleet in play excluding your captain. Have 3 different species excluding cards with Starfleet. So things that are not already part of Starfleet and they need to be on the same ship. So 3 different species on the same ship that aren't already part of Starfleet. So that's quite cool. And you get a random top location. And then dealing with the Emerald Chain, have 2 Business or Orion cards in play and have 2 Shady cards logged. Interesting. Okay. You may free play an incident to gain. Yeah, okay, that's really good. So, yeah, we are all done for today. And it is 5 o'clock, which means I've just got enough time to go downstairs and cook pasta, garlic bread, ready for the bolognese barbecue thing that Vicky made yesterday. Yeah, we're all done today. Thank you very much for everybody for keeping me company, and I hope this has been fun. I'm not here to try and sell you the game. I'm playing the game because I love it. I absolutely love this game. And I know that I have done sponsored content for this game, but I don't care anymore. That sponsored content was opinion free, but the game is fantastic. It is complex. It is a little fiddly in places, and you will have to double check with what you're doing. There are a lot of keywords. The rulebook is exceptionally good, and you do need to read through the glossary at the back for exactly how everything works. But I hope this video has helped. And as I mentioned at the start, if you're just tuning into the end of this, this was not a sponsored playthrough video. My other videos that I've done on the channel, they are better in terms of teaching you how to play the game. Today was more just a playthrough. So yeah, thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters again for funding the channel. As I mentioned at the start, I've basically taken this afternoon off work to do this video, and I'm only able to do that with the support of the Patreon campaign. So if you like the content that I create and you want to support me, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. If you are a Patreon supporter, then in about 1 hour's time, we are going to be doing a probably 5-hour stream of Harakiri. That's going to be happening this evening. So yeah, it's going to be an exhausting day today. But other than that, I will say thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-byes.